Hello folks, welcome to Lester's Custom Truck Shop. Doug, I'm working on your LC2547. I've already pulled all the stock LEDs out and I'm putting the new LEDs in. I got a couple more to go in the frequency display, and then I've got to put all the mode LEDs in. Okay, turn that radio down a little bit. But that's what I'm doing right now. It's a process. All of those little LEDs, the small digit ones, are really a little tough to get out. I've already got the new 3-digit display mounted, and the hot glue you see around it there is to hold it up off the board, and so it's level with the other ones. Okay. That way when you look through the glass, they all are the same height. Okay? Alright, continuing on. Okay, wanted to show you what all was involved with the display. Here's an original display. Got a chunk of solder in there I need to get out. See how these indicator LEDs are shrouded? They've got the white plastic around them, so only the end of it is shown. In other words, when it's lit up, it's only lit up on the end. Well, I'm unable to find blue LEDs that are shrouded like these. So what I've had to do was buy flat blue LEDs. Round ones would probably work too, but I decided on the flat ones. And what I'm having to do is put spacers underneath them. Okay, now these are T3 spacers, and the leads won't go through the holes. So what I have to do is put like 2 spacers on each side. I don't know if you can see that or not. Now, I did find some that are the right width for the leads on these, but the depth is wrong. And they need to be a certain depth. They've got to be at a certain height so that you see only these and nothing else, okay? So that's why I've got to put 2 under each one to make sure that they are spaced correctly, so that when you look at the front of the radio, you don't see all the ones next to it and everything all lit up. They have to like be right up against the window. But I have to put 4 of these little guys on each one of these, and boy, isn't that fun. I've got one left to do. More to come. So how I solved the shrouding problem is with some very carefully cut heat shrink tubing that effectively shrouds the LED, so only the end of it will shine through. Now you know. Okay, moving on. Got the display panel reinstalled. I've modified the switches on the front here to be momentary. Okay, I'm getting ready to take the audio board out and install my board back in place of it. Okay, more to come. And yes, I remember where all of these go. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, so now I have the new audio board wired up. Getting ready to put that in the face panel. Okay, got the new Teflon power wires installed, and got your RF choke in place to keep the RF from the amp from traveling throughout the radio. Okay, more to come. And that's what it looks like right now. But all of that has a place to go, and I know where it is, so don't worry. Okay, I got the back panel removed, I got the side panel removed. Getting ready to install the second final and all the support parts for it. I have to get that out so I can, these screws will move around to the front and actually attach to the heat sink that's in the back here. Okay, more to come. Okay, got it torn down to practically nothing. Got all this stuff out of the way, and I take that power supply out because I don't want to disconnect the cables, and I don't want to wiggle them around and break them because the fuse and the AC plug are put in from the back. In other words, I can't just unsolder the wires from them. It's got heat shrink over it and everything, and I just don't want to get into redoing all that. So it's easier just to remove the power supply, drop the whole back panel and the wiring out so I can get to the back of the radio. Getting ready to install the heat sink on there. Okay, got some heat sink compound out. I need to get some heat sink compound on the back of this. Get it mounted on there. And then I can continue putting the components, the support components for the second final in the radio. All right, more to come. Okay, one more reason why I needed to take this out of the way is I'm going to be putting a Palomar Max mod in this radio. Okay, so I'm going to need room to punch another hole right about there because the Max mod is much bigger than this. And I'll need to get to the back of it to mount the nut. Alright. Heat sink is mounted. Getting ready to start installing the extra components, the support components for the second final. Okay, here it is. Got the heat sink installed. Okay, squeezed out a little extra heat sink compound around the edges because it's nice and tight. Now you had ordered dual IRF 520s, but what I did was upgrade you to a Z06 and 2 RT1s. We want that so that we can drive that modified AD203. Okay, AD203 is going to have all RT1s in it, so we can get some more output power out of that. Getting ready to install your Palomar Max mod, and then I'm also going to do the LESCOM enhancements while I'm in here, while I can get easy access. Everything is real easy to get to now with all the panels taken off. Okay, more to come. Okay, give you a little update. I've got the enhancements done, and on these I change. I think it's L48. This is what comes in it. It's a little 1/4 watt. Upgrade it to a 1/2 watt, 470 microhenry. Because the unit will be pulling power through this circuit. Also install a 10 ohm current limiter to protect the PLL chip. Okay, I've done the filter upgrade, your 10.7 IF AM filter upgrade. I've upgraded the first RF to a 2SC 2999. Okay, I've increased the DC input buffer filter from a 1000 to a 4700 microfarad. And it is microfarad, folks. That little thing that looks like a U is a symbol for micro. It's not UF. I've increased the voltage regulator buffer filter from 1000 microfarad to 3300 microfarad. Alright, all these things go to improve the receiver and just the general performance of the radio. Okay, I think I'm about ready to start reassembling it. There's your Palomar Max mod. Okay, I got the Loctite on the back of the nut there to keep it from coming out. And on this radio, you put the screw through the max mod from the inside of the radio towards the outside. That way, if you need to change it, you can get a pair of needle nose pliers and get on that nut there in the back and actually change it out, but I doubt you'll ever have to change it. Okay, all right, moving on. Okay, there's your CP1. Just remember, don't freak out when you see this black blob here. All you got to do is put a little bit of alcohol on there and all of this hot glue will turn loose. That's why I love to use it a lot. Okay, what it does down here is protect these wires from moving around and keep them from breaking right there. I like to put these on the bottom of the board because there's lots of unused real estate down here. Okay, with it on the bottom of the board, it's not in the way of anything on the top. Okay, more to come. Okay, I got it, the chassis pretty much put back together. And got your echo wired in. And got the LC2547AD built and mounted. Okay. Getting ready now to reinstall the face panel. And I got most everything else wired up inside the radio. And I'll have to dress these. It won't be a rat's nest when I get done with it. Alright, more to come. Okay, got the AD203 mounting sorted out. The modified AD203. Got the sides and the back panel mounted back on. The screws are not completely tight yet because I still have other things to do. Like I'm going to have to remove this once I get the radio powered up so that I can set the bias on the finals correctly. And still got to wire all of this up, but well on the way. Okay, about got everything connected back up to the front panel here. Still got to change this out to an LED. Right now it's still got the 12-volt bulb in it. Started wiring up the LC2547AD, putting all the wires in the connectors for it. I have to run them up there and then connect them all up. I powered it on just to make sure everything worked. Well, I don't have it where I can power it on right now, but that's where we're at. Just got a couple of pieces of wire holding the front panel on, because if I mount the front panel, it mounts in this center hole here, and I can't tilt it to where I can get to the back of it. But having it just held on by those two pieces of wire there, I can lean it forward and get to the back of it and trace all the wires. And like I said, you don't need to worry about this. I'm going to clean this up. All these wires will be dressed when I'm completely finished. But I've got your memory switch wired now to its spot there on the board. I still got to wire up the accessory connector, which is your scan up, scan down, channel selector function, things of that nature, your store and get for your memory. All that's got to be wired up, so more to come. Okay, got the amp remounted. I'm wiring it up now. I've already got the coax run, got the coax tied down. Got your SP1 switch mounted in the back. Also got the talkback control mounted back here so that you still have talkback. Okay, I've got all of the switches wired up to the CPU board for your memory, store and get. The channel select functions wired up. Already been tested the scan. Okay, everything's hooked up, and there's your high cut filter. Alright, that's where I'm at now, continuing on. Alrighty, almost done. Got everything all dressed in here. Thing all tied up. Okay. There's the front of it. I got some temporary knobs on there so I could check it out, make sure everything worked. Got the LED now in the meter. You'll see that when I power it up and we do some power checks. Okay. All right. Okay, Doug, here we go. Here's your SP1A switch right here. It's on the back of the radio. This is your talkback control. Okay, hang on a second, let me turn some of these radios down. Okay, talkback works just like it does on the front of the radio. I just simply move the control to the back so that you still have it. The memory control took the place of the talkback in the front. Okay, there's your Lescom serial number, and like I said, there's the SP1A, and it's labeled SP1A. Okay. All right, this is a heavy-duty 12-gauge power cable, which I will be sending one of these with it. You put 10 amp fuses in here. Actually, no, 15 amp in positive, 10 amp in negative. Okay. Still got tape on the feet. These newer ones have the fold down legs in the front, but not in the back. So they used to come with the little fold down legs on all four, but they've stopped doing that, which is actually a good thing because you really didn't need the ones in the back. Hang on a second, let me fold down the ones in the front. Okay, actually I decided not to do that and just use a couple of bench cookies. Like I said, I'm going to be sending you a heavy duty power cable to use with the power supply. Okay. Your clarifier is 10 turn. Okay. But now we are on AM. I just turned the radio on. There's lower sideband, AM, upper sideband. And it does take it a minute or two to settle down. You can see lower sideband right now, it says 1852. But they are all lined together. Okay. You do have a 10 turn clarifier. What I do is drill out one of the holes, just a little tiny bit smaller than what the shaft is, so that it grips the shaft really well when you slide it up on there. Alright, this is going to be your echo, and we're waiting on the decal from Gamma Ray Graphics. Okay, as soon as it gets here, I'll take another video with a decal on the front of it. But for now, I just wanted to show you the radio, show you its capability. This, the CSF, is the channel selector function button now. Push that in, you'll see that little red light come on down there. That tells you that the channel selector is in the band mode. Okay, so every time you click this, it jumps 45 channels, which is one band. Okay. This is your top frequency. You get most of the phone band. This is your bottom frequency. Okay. And I did put components in there to stabilize the frequency of the radio. I use NPO capacitors around the circuit there, which helps, you know, but it still moves a tiny little bit as it warms up. Alright, this is your memory control, And again, I'll show you all of this once we get the decal on the front of the radio, but the radio's finished. We're just waiting on the decal. Okay, this is your save button, this is your get button. Let's see, what do I have stored in here? I think I've got the, yeah, I've got the call channel down below 1 stored in there. That's in position 1. Position 2, got channel 6 in there, the Super Bowl channel I think it's called. Position 3 is channel 19. Position 4, 38. Position 5 should be international call channel, upper sideband. Yeah, it would be upper sideband. And the radio's still settling in, so all right, let's do some power checks. Okay, I have a 50-watt slug on the RMS side, so we'll be reading on that center scale there where it says 50, that's 50 watts. I have a 100-watt slug on the peak side. Okay, so we will be reading on the bottom scale on the peak side. Okay. Get my microphone hooked up here. Should have already done that. Sorry about that. Your CP1 is installed on the bottom of the board, and I do that for the fact that there's a lot of components on the top, and I use the hot glue to hold it in place, so I mount them on the bottom now. Okay, I'm on AM. Let's see, let's get back down to channel 20. Oops, CSF position. Okay. There, it might help if I switch that to external. Hello, audio, hello. And it also might help if I turn the peak meter on. Audio, hello, audio, audio 1 2 1 2 audio, audio, hello. So we're swinging to about 60 watts on AM. That's with the amp off. Hello, audio, audio 1 2 1 2 audio, audio, hello. And we're dead keying about 7. Now this RF power's all the way up. Dead keying about 7 and swinging to what, about 10 on RMS. And a little over 60 on peak. Okay, that's AM. Alright, now I'm going to go to lower sideband. Hello, audio, audio, hello, audio, audio, hello, hello, audio, audio 1 2 1 2 audio. What's that, about 55, 58, 57 on peak, and audio about 35 on RMS. Okay, now I'm going to turn the amplifier on, the AD203. I'm going to go back to AM. And we're dead keying about 16 watts. Audio, hello, hello, audio, audio 1 2. And we're pinning that guy in the corner. Let me put it on the 2.5 scale. Now with that 100 watt slug in there, we're going to be reading on the top scale over here where it says 200 or 20. That's 200, 250. Okay, that's 150 right there where the 15 is. Audio, hello, hello, audio, audio 1 2 1 2 audio, audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 and 1 audio test. And what is that? That's about audio. Okay, so we're driving it with about 20 watts RMS on AM, and you can see we're getting real close to 150. We're about I'd say 130, right around 130 watts peak on AM. Now I'm going to switch to sideband. RF power is all the way up. The amp is on. Audio, hello, audio. So that's about 48 watts RMS. And what is that, 90, 95? Audio. That's actually a little more than that. Audio 1, 2, 1, 2, audio, audio, hello, hello, audio, audio 1, 2. And our current draw, audio, is almost 20 amps. Okay? Alrighty. Alright, more to come.